What's up guys, Eric from BeatSonic. Today I have here a Toyota 86. It's actually a Scion FRS, but he upgraded to the 2017 Toyota 86 radio. And we're going to be installing the CarPlay Android Auto kit to it using our plug-and-play S-Connect system. So as you can see here, this is what is included in the kit. And let me go through it with you. How to connect it, how to clean the wires, and also how to install it on your Toyota 86. Alright, so I'm going to pull out the contents. Here are the two interfaces. One's a video interface, the other one is a CarPlay Android Auto box. We also have the main harness here. We have the aux cable. We have an HDMI cable. And we also have a USB extension cable along with the optional USB Toyota harness over here. Alright, so let's first start off with the main harness connection. These connectors that you see over here, they're all going to connect to your radio. So the matching connectors behind your radio, you're going to pull them out and you are going to connect the factory wire into the female side of our connector here. And then the male side, you are going to connect this behind the radio. And if you look carefully, you are going to find a few more other loose wires that we're going to connect. So we'll start off with this largest connector. This is going to connect into our interface box here. It's connected like this. Okay, this switch here is going to be pre-configured based on your radio model number and make. All right, so we're going to have that, so just don't touch this. Just in case you touched it, you could also check in the manual which dip switch setting you should be at. And then going to the other wires from this main harness. Okay, we'll use this over here. This is the power and ground for this CarPlay box. Just go ahead and connect it right here. All right. And then you also find these RCA cables here. This is for your aux. Match the colors, just like this. And then this wire over here, this 3-pin. Ignore this. This is your OSD controller. You don't need to do anything with this. This is something that we need to be here just in case your adapter needs to be serviced. So just go ahead and ignore that. Okay, and we also have this mic cable here coming out of the main harness. The mic cable is going to connect to the CarPlay box, the same side of the USB. So there's a USB, and on the USB there's 3.5 millimeter jack. This is for your mic. You are going to connect it just like that. Okay, and flip it over. The HDMI side is going to be your aux. And here's our aux cable that we connected the RCA to, which will also connect to the CarPlay box. And then next, you'll see the HDMI plug there. Let's connect our HDMI. One on that, and the other side is going to this video interface right there. Okay? And what is left is our USB harnesses over here. So on the CarPlay box, on this side over here, you'll find that there's a USB plug. If you purchase the optional USB harness that you see over here, you can just go ahead and just plug this directly here. And this side will connect to the USB connector that's going into your radio. So you're going to unplug that. That's going to the radio. You're going to plug it in here. If you need more length, you can use this USB extension cable and you could connect it between here. And then you connect it on the other side. And then connect this into the USB harness coming from the car that used to connect to the car's radio. And you unplug it, you're going to plug it into here. So that's all the connection. Let me go ahead and tidy all these connectors and wires up just so I could prepare it to install it in the vehicle. All right, so we just finished organizing our wires. As you can see, I used some wire loom. It's a much cleaner look, and also at the same time, when you're installing it behind the radio, we don't have to be worried about wires getting tangled up, and everything's going to be in order, and which is pretty important if you want to make sure you don't run into any weird issues or any of your wires getting pulled too much, because if you pull it too much and it can't fall out of the connector, so you have to watch out for all those little details when you're installing this. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on the next step. We're going to get inside the car, pull out the radio. We're going to do these connections and test to make sure everything's working. Okay, we're in the car. First thing we want to do is remove this radio. It's very easy. we want to first remove the panel that surrounds the radio, and we'll go ahead and just remove this too, just because it makes everything easier. Grab a panel removal tool, and you're just gonna slip it down under here and just pull it towards you. Just like that. And then go ahead and put your finger under this piece, pull it towards you, and that's it. And that will expose your 10mm bolts. Grab a socket wrench, or you can use a power tool like this if you have it. All right, next, you want to cover this area up pretty good. For a Toyota 86, you can easily scratch this area, and because it's a painted surface, you want to be extra careful. So cover it up as much as you can. You could even tuck some in here. And while you're doing that, pull the radio out, keeping the towel in pretty deep. Just like that. And this will expose all the connectors behind the radio, which we'll be using to install our kit. Okay, so the connection we're going to be focusing on is this one, and also this one. This is empty because this vehicle here specifically does not have a backup camera, but if you have a backup camera, this is going to be occupied, okay? So you're going to unplug this, and you're going to unplug this. And when you're working with these connectors, grab the connector. While you're pushing it, pull it. Do not pull it on the actual wire. It might pull the wires out. You don't want that to happen. That's really, really bad. So the same goes true for our connectors too. Never pull on the wires, but always pull on the connector, okay? So we are going to just daisy chain our matching connector. Just like that, okay? And then for this one, we don't have a backup camera, so the back end is going to be empty. And then we also have the last power connector here. All right, just like that. All right, just like that. Okay, and then as you can see over here, this radio is made from Pioneer and based on our data using the model number that you see over here, the dip switch setting is going to be all off. And once again, depending on the spec of your radio, it might be different, so make sure you double check with the instructions on your dip switch setting. Okay, so now that everything's connected, let me go ahead and carefully place all these devices behind the radio. Okay, I noticed that there's some room on the bottom, and there's also room on the side, okay? And when you're putting it in, make sure to be very careful not to put pressure on these connection points, especially the HDMI cables and the aux cables, because you've given too much pressure, sideway pressure, and it will break either the connector or the circuit board inside this device. This goes true for even this CarPlay box over here, so be very, very careful. Okay, and there's one more connection that I almost forgot, which is this USB right here. This is a USB connector. It's brown and it's kind of squared. So push down on the tab and just pull it out. Okay, just like that. This customer, we are going to be using this optional USB cable. We didn't have to use a USB extension, so this just plugs in just like that. We have everything connected. So let's go ahead and test this device to make sure it's in working order. Let's go to aux. All right, there we go. It looks like so far so good. Let me go ahead and plug my phone in. The USB to lightning cable onto the factory USB, because we are using that optional cable to utilize the factory USB port to engage CarPlay. All right, here we go. Seems like everything's working. Let's see if YouTube plays. I'm sure all of you guys had the YouTube music in your iPhone. All right, there it is. Okay, let me go ahead and test Siri. What's the weather, Siri?
It's currently clear and 66 degrees in Colorado. Expect most
Perfect.
of the skies starting in the afternoon.
Okay, it looks like everything is in working order. If you want to get out, just double press the power button. Press. Okay, which will get you out. And if you want to come back in, all you have to do is double press the power button one more time. just like that. Okay, so now that we confirm everything working, let me go ahead and let's set up the sound. So go locate your plastic box, and then where the USB side is, the USB and also the microphone, there's a small little plug over here that you'll see. And if you look very carefully, there's two little pins that you could push on, the left one and the right one. So locate the right pin and press and hold for about 3 seconds and your screen will change. All right. So as you can see here, now we're in the settings mode on the CarPlay box. For the Toyota vehicles, you want to make sure all the volume over here on the right is going to be at 56 for the optimal music quality, and everything is going to be left alone. And just make sure you confirm this, because sometimes the volume levels could be different than 56. Okay, you want to make sure it's 56. So once you confirm all that, you could just go ahead and press the back button, and then you're done. So next step is we'll just tuck everything in the back of the radio. It looks like there's plenty of space for us to do all that, and then we're going to close it up, reverse order our very simple way of removing the radio, and we're going to be finished with our installation. Alright guys, we finished installing the kit. I'm going to do a quick demonstration for you guys. So when you first turn on your vehicle, everything is going to be exactly the same, including your factory infotainment system. The only difference is when you double press on the power button, or when you go out of the aux source and come back in, it's going to put you into either CarPlay or Android Auto mode. Okay, so before we do that, we have connected an Apple iPhone using the original Apple cable over here, just right in here in the slot, the factory slot. And after you do that, let me show you this. So if you wanna, there, double press will take you into CarPlay, and if you double press one more time, it's gonna take you out of it, just like that. Or you could get out of the source to a different source, such as like your Bluetooth radio. And then if you go back to the aux, it'll also take you into CarPlay mode like that. But if you want to get out, you always have to double press the power button right there. Okay, the music player will work just as is. Everything is going to work normally as a normal Apple CarPlay system. Everything is touchscreen on this radio. Okay, so you have your voice prompt as well. In addition to that, depending on which apps you have installed in your iPhone, which is compatible with the CarPlay, will automatically show up. You can also rearrange all this in your phone app as well. And there's one more step that we want to do for phone calls. So let me do that step for you right now. So you want to go ahead and route all your phone calls to go to the factory car's Bluetooth. And how you do that is, okay, go to settings, and then go to accessibility, and go to touch, and then go all the way down to call audio routing should be at Bluetooth headset. In default, it's going to be an automatic, so change it to that. So theoretically, all the phone calls that you make or you receive on your phone call should go to your car's Bluetooth, as long as your car's Bluetooth is connected to your phone. But ever since we got the iOS 13 update, it doesn't always do that. So when it doesn't do it, you're gonna get a pop-up screen when you make phone calls. You may have to manually select the source for your phone calls. Okay, when you make phone calls and when you receive phone calls, you may have to do it as well. So that's one thing to note. If you want to summon Siri, you could either say, "Hey Siri," or you could just long press this right here. What's the weather? Alright, so since I have some time, may also do a quick demonstration of the Android Auto. So when you're done using it, you could just either get out by double pressing it, or you could just unplug this or unplug your phone from this, and it'll automatically take you out of the CarPlay screen. So I'm going to now grab my Android phone, specifically the S9 Plus. Okay, use a high quality USB Type-C cable to USB. just connect it like this. Okay, the first time you connect it, it's gonna have you go through a series of steps to activate Android Auto. Okay, in this case, it looks like it doesn't. And here's the Android Auto. This is a new Android Auto 10. So you have music playing.
Head north toward State Route 39 South Beach Boulevard.
Hey Google, what's the weather right now?
Currently in La Mirada, it's 66 degrees Fahrenheit.
Alright guys, so that's the quick and fast demonstration, also the installation on this Toyota 86. You can also use this guide for other vehicles as well. The only difference is going to be how to get behind the radio. Everything else, the connection is the same. How you clean up your wires should be the same as well. And the connection behind the radio is also always the same. So if you have any questions, leave a line below or shoot us an email at info@bsonicusa.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe so that we could keep coming out with some cool content for you guys to enjoy. Thank you very much.